Thought I'd do you a quick update on the fuchsias. So 5 days on from when they were potted up for last video, and you can see that they've sort of taken hold quite quickly. There isn't visible root out the base of the pot yet, but they are a lot sturdier than they were and pretty much doubled in size. So when we come to making a fuchsia standard, you don't want the side growth to be on there, and really you just want a single stem. The reason I'm focused here is because as I pan around, you'll be able to see that actually that is one that I've already stripped down. Actually stripped it down 2 days ago, took off some of the side shoots. One of the side shoots been decent enough that it's gone into its own pot, and that's been in propagator, so that will root quite quickly. That'll give me another plant. Anyway, that is kind of the look we're going for. So some of these, when you're looking at them, it's going to be fairly apparent that they won't be usable as a standard in their own right, because where they've been grown, they've obviously been stopped, and so you've got, let's turn that fractionally, so you've got 2 shoots there, so that would naturally want to form a bush. It's not to say that you can't use these for cutting material whilst you grow it into a bush by itself. This one, again, it's multi-stemmed, so you could strip off 3 of them, just retaining this one, and grow that as a standard. This one, much the same, although because of the nature of where that side shoot's coming from, you could grow this straight up. So that is a good contender for stripping down, so we'll probably use that as a standard as well. And in this one, well, to be honest, this one's pointless to even consider. This is just going to end up bush or cutting material. So let me get the camera set up, and then I can show you just how to, I suppose, start off preparing them. Right, so popping this one just aside, as we know that's decent. That one we're not really going to worry about, or that one, because they're never going to be straightforward enough to do into standard. So this one, we'll take your sharp knife or secateurs, just gently cutting off any of the unwanted side shoots. Whip off that basal leaf, because that will end up forming another little shoot. And again with this one, just gently, it's got a bit more resistance because the stems are starting to firm up. So you can see there that that sort of presents itself to being relatively straight, which certainly would be able to straighten that as we get a singular cane in and repot. So that's good enough. We can use that, and then you got a little bit of cutting material. Let's pop some of that in. So same way as we've done cuttings in previous videos. Oh, a bit grubby. Previous videos. Just cut just underneath your leaf joint. Let's see if you can get it like so. Whip off these couple of bottom leaves, and whatever you've got as your makeshift dibber, set that into compost. Throw them around. Same with the next one. So if you've got secateurs, exactly the same, probably easier. Snip straight below the leaf joint, whip those bottom leaves off, and even at that size, quite a nice little cutting. that in firm, and that will be fine. So we've got a couple cuttings set up there. We might as well do a few more just to make it worthwhile. Let's go with this because it's pretty easy. So whip all of that out. So that there, we've already made to make the incision just below the leaf joint. Take those off. Drop your cutting in. And firm. Haven't got any water as such to hand. So, but you don't really want a lot. Just to moisten that, and they will go into the propagate unit. But anyway, that's sort of a side thing really. The main thing is getting your start off positions so you can start cleaning up your plants to give you a straight stem, and you don't want to remove any leaves. So you're literally just taking off the rogue stems that aren't going to allow you to have a straight stem, but keep all the leaves on, because it's these leaves that will help the plant grow and develop quickly. If you remove your leaves, then the plant can't photosynthesize by getting the sun's rays down onto it. If you can't get the rays onto it, it will slow down. So keep as many leaves on, but take off your unwanted growth. So now you've got your plant set up and clean. Literally just taking these little split canes, we'll just pop it in carefully but close to the plant. Get it all the way down to the bottom of the pot. The reason you're doing it at this stage is that obviously there's not a lot of root has formed as yet, so you will do not a lot of harm, but it will allow the roots to develop around the cane itself, and then as and when you need to pot up, you'll then be able to replace the cane without causing too much damage. So what you want to do is insert the cane or the stick to the side where the plant isn't leaning to, because then you can pull the plant in or tie the plant in so it becomes more straight. If you were to cane on that side, then all you're doing is you're going to pull the plant even further out of its alignment. So you want to cane on the side where the plant's leaning away from, and then as you can see, as you tie in, you'll get it nice and straight. So that's the first bit. Get some string, and then you can just loosely tie it in. This is where it always becomes a little bit more delicate, because you don't want to tie it or force it to the point where you snap the stem, as then that involves swearing, and you can't swear on the YouTube channels too much. It's where it shows how bad my knot tying dexterity is. Right, and see, it's just pulled it in a little bit closer. Probably wants doing a bit tighter, in all honesty. There we are. So it's not the prettiest knot, but you get the idea. It's just allowing to pull in. So that's your second stage in preparation of growing your Fuchsia Standard.